Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to your Texas History Roundup for August 6th. In 1840, the worst Comanche raid to take place in Texas began with a probing attack on Victoria by between 400 and 500 warriors under Buffalo Hump. Many settlers were killed, and an estimated 1,500 horses were stolen, but the attack was repulsed. The Comanches moved on to Linville, where the damage was even more severe. And I believe we'll read more about that on the 8th. In 1853, Elisha M. Peace was elected governor of Texas, defeating the American Party, or the Know-Nothings, candidate David C. Dixon. Peace had come to Texas from Connecticut in early 1835. He was elected for a second term in 1855 and was considered an outstanding governor. During his office, the state retired its debt and established a school fund. Imagine that, a state retiring its debt. In addition, Peace was appointed by Major General Philip H. Sheridan to replace James W. Throckmorton as governor in 1867 during Reconstruction, but Peace resigned in 1869 over federal policies, which he regarded as despotic. Of course they were. Imagine what he'd think today. Peace died in Austin of apoplexy in 1883 and is buried in Austin's Oakwood Cemetery. In 1856, the Texas legislature appropriated $3,000 to pay Georgia for equipment lost by Georgia volunteers in the Texas Revolution, many of whom were killed in the Goliad Massacre. In 1880, Victorio's Apaches were engaged at Rattlesnake Springs, 40 miles north of present-day Van Horn. They had been pillaging settlements in New Mexico and New Mexico and alarming ranchers in West Texas. In late July, the Indians were traveling north to either their former reservation or the Guadalupe Mountains. Colonel Benjamin H. Grierson, with black soldiers of the 10th U.S. Cavalry and the 24th U.S. Infantry, made a 65-mile overnight march to intercept the Apache at Rattlesnake Springs near the Delaware Mountains. In the ensuing skirmish, losses on each side were light, but the destruction of the Apache supply train forced them to retreat into Mexico. About 2 months later, on October 15, 1880, Victorio was killed in Mexico by Mexican forces. In 1884, a hurricane came ashore south of the Rio Grande. All the houses were destroyed at the mouth of the river and at Brazos, Santiago, 8 miles north. 70 lives were lost. And in 1974, Norman D. Norm Cash made his last Major League Baseball appearance with the Detroit Tigers. Stormin' Norman played football and baseball at Sul Ross University and spent most of his professional career with the Detroit Tigers. He hit 377 home runs and in 1961 led the AL in batting at 361. Wow. He played in 2 World Series, including the 1968 series won by the Tigers. Cash, a member of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, was born in Justisburg in 1934 and passed away in 1986. And that was your Texas History Roundup for August 6th. Thank you. Y'all take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.